And we do nothing. I mean, if it is Zoo, we would want to develop our Arcanologist here. But I feel like we're okay to go slow here, especially if it is some sort of more control hand lock. We could be in trouble basically no matter what we do. And you know what? Having our Frost Lich Jaina here is actually very nice. Gonna guarantee that we're able to get that taken care of right away. We can go ahead and Primordial Glyph here. There's no need to develop anything. Spellbender. Spellbender could actually be good. Spellbender can help protect us from a Siphon Soul. Mortal Coil we probably don't care as much about. A 4/9 we kind of care about, though. I think we can Frostbolt ping this. And then we'll say go, and we'll see what happens from here, because honestly, we're not really too worried. I don't think right now. Okay, so our opponents, I'm expecting this just to be some sort of, that new sort of hand control warlock. They're gonna run the, we have the option here of coining out Geist, though I don't love that play. We also have the option of Ice Block Medivh's Valet. We can also go Valet Ping, but that doesn't get us through this. But if we go Ice Block Valet, we can punch through the Tar Creeper at least, which I think is a start. So I think this is probably the play that we want to be. I think this is the best line to be taking. And we want to save the Polymorph basically for one of the Giants, because we very much expect one of the Giants to be showing up, or multiple Giants to be showing up at some point. And then this way we also get to save the coin in case we need to emergency Flame Strike next turn. Although again, I'm not really expecting our opponent to flood the board suddenly at this point. But there is, of course, always that possibility. Oh, whoops, that was us. I thought that was our opponent somehow already roping, but that wouldn't have made sense at all. Voidwalker's fine. Voidwalker's totally fine there. Tar Lurker is just much less excellent. Dealing 2 to all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can punch through this. Then we take a bunch of damage the following turn, though. Really not excellent. We would love to get at least one ping into the old Twilight Drake, I think. And I just feel like if the second we polymorph, we get hit with a giant and then we lose. So I don't want to do that. Obviously, hit ping is very efficient. But then the question is, how else are we going to deal with the rest of this 5 damage? And maybe we can just... If we Volcanic Potion... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... That's just a big taunt in our way. But it's not doing anything to us, so maybe we don't care about it. But then if it's not doing anything to us... Should we even care enough to do this, is the question. Oh, we lose our Spellbender if we do it that way, don't we? Let's get rid of the biggest minion here. Yeah, the issue is I was thinking for half a second there we go Skulking Geist, but Skulking Geist gets rid of our own Spellbender, which we kind of like at this point, to be honest. So that's good. Oh. What the heck? Oh, maybe deal 1 to all? Yeah, Dread Infernal. I like that card. I like that card a lot. Baron Geddon contests the board reasonably nicely. That being said, a polymorph on a Dread Infernal is also pretty nice. And I'm going to go with the pinging of the elemental so that we can then hopefully coin out our Frost Lich Jaina in the following turn. So the idea here is this polymorph is doing much more for us because it's getting rid of the demon now, but also for the Warlock Deathknight, which then resummons all demons that have died this game. So unless we get hit with a giant this game, I think this is definitely the best play. And even looking at the way that our opponent's hand has gone, I think this is also probably a better play because there were lots of turns when they could have played a giant, so unless they went ahead and top decked one on us, or top deck one now, I think this is very reasonable, or fair. That's okay. That's okay. This was a calculated risk, let's call it. And I think we still have to go Frost Lich Jaina at this point. We have lots of 1/1s on the board here. Our opponent can obviously just start trading things in. But then we also have our Baron Geddon, and we still have a nice big juicy Flame Strike for if and when we need to be getting rid of our opponent's wide board, which we might honestly have to save unless we find something excellent from our Primordial Glyph. Because our opponent's Death Knight will eventually still do something really, really powerful to deal with us. And this healing back to full is nice because, you know, we do have a giant to deal with here. Oh, the Drain Soul actually hurts a little, I think, in my opinion. Oh, Medivh is probably the winning play, right? Let's Spellbender Medivh. Although Flame Strike Ping is also kind of strong here because it does get rid of this Mountain Giant right now and develop another Water Elemental while also weakening this Abyssal Forcer. And ensuring we don't take 14 damage next turn, which is actually way too much, I think, for us to take. So this is probably the better way to do this. Even though that's our big AoE, that would normally help us deal with the board being flooded by the Warlock Deathknight. But I feel like we still have enough tools to deal with that if and when it shows up. Oh my goodness, that's just slow. And there are a lot of bad demons, actually, so that's fine. And now we have our Medivh, and we can do all sorts of things. We can Spellbender and Medivh. And we're kind of happy, unless of course our opponent removes the weapon, in which case we are very, very sad. And now we can happily Skulking Geist at any point, basically for a poorly statted minion. The 7/7 obviously contests the board, but, you know, we know that Warlocks can have a whole lot of resources available to them. So, I'm also expecting this to be like Mortal Coil to test the secrets. Yeah, Shadow Bolt's also not the best target in the world. Or the best spell, but I mean, at least it's, you know, forcing our opponent. If this now becomes Siphon Soul, it's the majority of, you know... Oh, Blast Crystal. Also efficient. Oh, our opponent really doesn't want that to get brought back now, do they? So that's good to see. I think this has to get Fireball down as much as we'd probably love to do it another way. And now the debate is, do we want a Primordial Glyph and develop a 2-mana cost minion? During your turn, your weapon doesn't lose durability? Does that mean this happens and we don't lose durability? Oh, we don't at all. That's excellent. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, and we get draw a card as well, which is very nice. We'll get this one weakened up. No, we'll get this weakened up. I think that's going to matter more. We don't lose durability, so we can just punch in as well. Wow, that's amazing. That is absolutely the best 4-drop. I didn't even know this card was in the game, and this is a one-of Dex. Interesting. Yeah, and Medivh, maybe we need to look. I mean, there's no way we can fit this card in, right? That's just too ridiculous to try and think we could actually fit in, but that's an absolutely... That has to be the best Fireball result. When you have the weapon equipped. That's super, super cool. I've never seen that before. And obviously, simple, easy, you know, that trade happens every time. More removal. The potion? Oh. Deal 6 and summon a 5/5. Okay. I'm happy to deal with this right now, I think. That's unfortunate, actually. Now we're not as happy. Now we're not as happy as we were before.
I'll find it.
Oh, yeah, this is really not that great. I mean, maybe we can still use the volcanic potion to get rid of Kazakus. And then Kazakus still gets us a water elemental. I'll make this trade first. And then we'll draw this way. And we really, really want our last... Well, actually, never mind. It's not our last. 3 mana 2/2. Obviously, poorly statted. But that's totally A-okay. This lines up very, very well if our opponent wants to attack in that way. And we're, of course, going to be holding back our Baron Geddon for if and when our opponent goes a little bit all in on the face damage. We're definitely expecting a Mortal Coil at this point. And then we're going to have to hope. 1, 2, 3. Okay, never mind. 2 and 4. That also works. Arcanologist. We can happily just go in like this. Oh, we got a card from our opponent's hand there. Yeah, the Mortal Coil was in hand, so that's good. No Mortal Coils for our Warlock friend here. So that is a good thing to see. And who knows? I mean, this is at least a board. It's not a strong board at all. I don't want to say necessarily. I mean at all. But if our opponent's next big play is going to be the Deathknight, we have the ability to punch through a few of the small demons. And then we can polymorph. I think the biggest thing coming back... Oh, that's... You know what? Corrupting Mist. That's a reasonable card. I think we can go Fireland's Face. Because we have a... Oh, that's a pretty strong one. Those are some strong minions. So if we don't get hit with a Twisting Nether, we will almost certainly win. Doom is also a way that our opponent clears our board. And is going to draw themselves very close into Fatigue. And this looks like we're now 1 off of lethal. And that was not a miss-lethal. That was actually 1 off of lethal. Our opponent's already played 1 heal in Earthen Farseer. They've played a Drained Soul. They could probably kill this, right? That heals for 4. So they're up to 7. And there we go. And we still get our lethal after all. We do run quite a bit of burst in this deck, so it's not super surprising. Lyra, what a way to end that game. Oh, that was an amazing game. That was really, really fun. And I think I normally have done very, very poorly against the Warlock Deathknight decks. So that was really, really cool to see that we ended up doing well there. That was very good. I liked it. Liked it a lot.